Talks. A little late getting in, but hey, at least we're here. It is June 20th. 2 to 3 days. I don't know if it's Wednesday or Thursday that the official day of summer begins. It's coming up soon, though. I'll have to look at the calendar. But good morning to you. Hope you had a good weekend. The rain never materialized like they thought it would. I guess it rained in some areas off and on, but, it never showed up here like they said it was going to do. So people were able to get out and about and go take in their weekends. I was able to go visit my father on Father's Day. Hope all of you got to visit with your fathers and hold memory celebrations of your father if you no longer have your father with you. That's what I did. I drove into Jacksonville yesterday and had a hour or so with my father at his cemetery. Some of you that have fathers, you're lucky that your dads are still with you. Not everybody is afforded that luxury, and when you're not afforded that luxury, you understand how great a luxury it is to have your father still with you. I got to do that, though, and got to go to a restaurant that I'd never been to before. Ford's Garage. Anybody hear of this place? It was at the St. Augustine exit, State Road 16. St. Augustine, right by the Harley-Davidson and the outlet malls and everything. Right next to a Ford dealership. That's smart. Literally right out the service bay. But it's a big restaurant. It was had the TVs. The sport had the U.S. Open going and everything. So really good experience. Not as expensive as you would think. But it reminded me again of when you go to Jacksonville and you come home via the St. Augustine route or the 95 South to 207 through Palatka and then in the forest to get back to Ocala. It reminds me there's no easy way to get to that side of the state from Ocala. I mean, you want to go to Jacksonville, it's an easy jaunt. You just go straight up 301. Now they got the bypass built around Stark. You're able to not have to go through Stark and hit 113 red lights in a 3-mile area. And so it's nice it's not a difficult trip to go from Ocala to Jacksonville if you want to be on the west side of Jacksonville or the north side of Jacksonville. But if you want to be on the southeast side of Jacksonville, the Ponte Vedra side, the St. Augustine side, and going from St. Augustine, now going from Ocala, that's a little bit more difficult of a trip to transgress. I mean, to not transgress, that's a more difficult trip from Ocala to Jacksonville, to that area of Jacksonville, the Ponte Vedra area, because you got to go, the most direct way is through the forest, into Palatka, over the river, 207, 95, and then 95 up, and you either take International Golf Boulevard or you take 210 if you want to go over to Ponte Vedra, or you stay up on 95 till you get to 295 so you can get to JTB if you want to go to Jacksonville beaches. But it's quite the trip if you go that way. And I'm reminded of that every time that I go that way because, I used to go every year for the Players' Championship, and it was in the forefront that it was not the easiest trip in the world. But now it's, I hadn't traveled in a while with the pandemic and all. It's a more difficult trip than normal. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks.
Good morning, Tom.
Morning, Hugh.
See, the first official day of summer in the United States is Tuesday, the 21st.
Tuesday, so tomorrow.
Yeah. Although I think summer really started May or back in April sometime. It almost seems like it because we're really off to a hot summer here. It's unusually warm and humid already.
It really is. It really is. And so summer started here. But, summer in some form or another, we just got spoiled this year because it stayed unseasonably cool all the way through into
Yeah.
May. Usually, by
Right.
June we're well suited for the heat because we've been experiencing it since April. That just didn't happen this
Yeah.
year.
Right.
We had a very mild April and May.
See, yesterday we had a nice, almost 2 inch rain here. It poured and poured and poured for almost over an hour. And you were just saying that you didn't get too much over by you.
No. When we got home yesterday, there were puddles, but it didn't seem like it had
Yeah.
lasted very long because we were driving back through the forest, and you could see the storm, but by the time we got
Yeah.
home, it was gone.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it rained for just about an hour, off and on, very heavy. And I had my little rain gauge, and I went out and took a look at her, and she was getting pretty close to the big two. So it was welcomed, you know.
Yeah, and then I talked to a friend of mine that lived out in the Oxford area. Said they got very little this weekend.
Yeah, that's how it usually is. It's spotty, but it's interesting to know that rain was caused by a cold front.
Yes,
That
that's what
kind
they
of
said.
stuff here.
It got stuck.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of unusual this time of year. Usually the cold fronts don't get down this far. But although a cold front is really not cold air, it's just I guess it's drier behind the front than it is in front of it. So,
Which is why we have better.
like today.
That's why we have better humidity today.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. So, well, anyways, I'm thankful for the rain. So we were out of the drought again for a little bit.
Yeah. Thanks for the call, Hugh.
Okay, take care, buddy.
Yeah, I'm sure it got pockets of rain yesterday, but this weekend they were calling for a large amount of rain, and it rained in sections, areas. It didn't rain overall on everybody. So, it was hit or miss, but that's how it is in Florida right now. But yeah, coming back from Jacksonville yesterday you could see the storm as we were coming through the forest. You could see the storm off in the distance, but we never ran into it. We never quite caught up with the storm. I'm always amazed, too, when you come through the forest. If you don't take that route on a regular basis, and yesterday we came down 19 out of Palatka and then took Salt Springs 316 over to 315, and you forget just how narrow that bridge is that goes over the Ocala on 316. It's an older bridge, and it's very narrow. And yesterday, I was in the passenger seat as we took that bridge yesterday. I let my wife drive when I got after we had lunch. I had the fat boy full belly, and so I started getting sleepy. And so you don't ever want to drive when you're getting sleepy. So she was not sleepy. So we switched who was driving, who was riding, and I was intermittently coming in and out of consciousness the whole time coming through the forest. It was fantastic, but I was awake as we went over the bridge on Highway 16, on Highway 316. That's a narrow bridge, folks. That's a narrow bridge. Hey, after the break, you notice Galen Unall is not here. After the break, I'll explain where Galen is. He's not going to be able to be on the show today. He's usually on the show, brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. Located at 2700 Southwest 34th Street, they offer skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Got any questions you want to ask Palm Garden, give them a call at 352-854-6262. Of course, we'd also like to thank Penn Flooring. They're family-owned and operated, serving Marion County for over 30-plus years. They're a full-service flooring company dedicated to finding the best solution for your flooring needs. Penn Flooring has experience in both commercial and residential flooring. If you want to go see their showroom, go to 1201 Southwest 17th Street here in Ocala, or give them a call at 351-3420. And, of course, Just Ship. Not only can you make an appointment for Just Ship to come pick up your package, and then they'll box it up and ship it out for you, saving you time and money of having to come into town, go to the UPS store, which is only open, the UPS hub, which is only open 4:30 to 7:30, or one of the UPS stores, or to go stand in line at the post office. You can call Just Ship, and we'll come pick it up. Or now there is a brick-and-mortar store at 811 North Magnolia where you can drop it off with no lines or no waiting. So, and the same exact price as you would get at the UPS store or the United States Post Office, sometimes even a little cheaper, depending on what the item is. And Just Ship will do the shipping for you. So go to justship.net to find out more information about that. We'll take a break. We'll come back. When we get back, I'll tell you where Galen Unall is this morning. he's got a proper excuse for not being here, one that is you can't argue with because he's got to do what he's got to do. We'll talk about that next. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source. Do you suffer from joint pain or anxiety? Natural Life CBD Kratom and Kava can help. Our CBD certified associates will consult with you. Chocolate, gummies, CBD oil. We have Delta 8 products with quality you can trust, all held to the highest standard. Natural Life has 2 locations to serve you, open 7 days a week, located in the S-Curve